Hi, this is Dan Smith coming to you live once again from my home office here in Boise, Idaho. And today I want to speak on the subject of attitude, and your attitude is showing. What is the program that runs in your mind? Do you believe that life is good or that life is hard? That life is easy and that living is good, or that life is difficult and not worth living? There's a misconception that when we look at wealthy people, that they have a good attitude and they are very happy because they have lots of money. That the money itself makes them happy. But what is the possibility that the opposite is true? That they actually have lots of money because they have a good attitude. What is the possibility that the reason why they have lots of money is because, in spite of difficulties that they are living with, they made a conscious choice to have a good attitude in spite of the difficulties life handed to them. And then they took measures to make it a better life because of the choices that they made. You have the choice to make daily that you're having a good life or that life is hard and not worth living. Do you have difficulties in life? Guess what? We all do. What makes life good or bad is what you choose to focus on. Are you a victim of life, or are you a cause of a good life? A victor in life? Yes, bad things happen to good people, but you have the choice of how you respond to life's circumstances. Did you have a spouse leave you? You have the choice to remain angry for the rest of your life and ruin a perfectly good future and a perfectly good present by dwelling on the past. You can choose to forgive that person, not for their benefit, but for your own benefit. Forgiveness is for your benefit. So whatever you concentrate your thoughts upon grows in your experience. Do you constantly dwell upon the negative, or do you consciously choose to dwell on the positive? Remember, what you dwell on, whether positive or negative, grows in your experience. So choose positive. It is good to take responsibility for where you are in life, but don't let it keep you from where you are going. Develop the forward look. The future is as bright as you choose to make it. By taking responsibility for your future, you can make it what you want it to be. By focusing on the past, you are in effect giving the past authority to ruin your future. Learning to accept where you are without giving it a label of bad or good, it just is what it is, because the choices that you made in the past. It may not be where you want to be, but that is okay because you're still growing. You decide that it is bad, or you can decide that it is neutral, or you can decide that it is good. It's all your perspective, and the perspective that you take is what you decide it to be. You are free to think and to choose exactly how you want to view any situation in life. I suggest that you exercise that option in a positive manner. Do you view life as nothing more than random events that just happens? In the scriptures, in the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 28, it says that we know that God causes everything to work together for our good. So, looking at that verse, even in the circumstance that on the surface appears to be a bad situation in the grand scheme of things in life, actually in God's plan for our lives can actually work together for good. I have heard the analogy of a wall hanging that it's been made of yarn and cloth and fabric. As you look at the back of it, all that you see is knots and matting of strings that seem to go every which direction. But when you look at it from the front, it forms a beautiful picture. That is the same with life. It can appear dark today, but years down the road, you can look back in retrospect and see that if this circumstance had not happened, that appeared dark, then this other circumstance would not have happened, and this circumstance is a source of great blessing in your life. So begin today by asking yourself, what great lesson can I learn from this circumstance? Accept these truths. Number one, life isn't random events. Things happen for a reason. 2, accept that everything happens for your good. 3, learn from your mistakes. 4, learn from the mistakes of others. 5, look at life as a learning experience. 6, ask yourself, what did I do right? Number 7, what would I do differently? 8, what can I learn from this situation or from that person? 9, what you are unwilling to confront, you are unqualified to conquer. So take responsibility for your life and make the decisions that you make. Change what you can and accept what you can't. Look at life with a good attitude, and believe it or not, someone else is watching you to see how you respond and why it is that you have such a good attitude even going through the things that you've gone through in life. I met a woman a few years ago named Dolores. Now, Dolores had been married to a pastor who had never made much money in his life, but Dolores was happy in her situation in life, and she didn't expect much more from that. She had a young daughter, and life was good. Then her husband suddenly died. Then, a short time later, her house burned to the ground and all of her belongings in it. That appeared as a pretty bad situation. But when I met Dolores, a few years later, she was remarried and she had a monthly income of over $25,000 a month. She had a growing organization of distributors and a network marketing company selling vitamins. Now, she could have sat around feeling sorry for herself and focusing on how hard life was, but instead she chose to do something about it. Was it easy? No. Was it worth it? Yes. There was nothing that she could do about her husband's death or the fact that her house had burned down, but that didn't have to keep her stuck where she was at. So she chose to do something about it. You remember that old Smokey Bear tagline from the commercials, "Only you can prevent forest fires"? Well, only you can decide what your attitude is, so choose to have a good attitude. This is Dan Smith. I hope this was helpful for you. And I have another question. Are you happy with your current situation in life? Do you want to take responsibility for your income and for your finances, or to change your financial situation? I'm looking to partner with goal-oriented individuals to create wealth and financial freedom. If you are serious about changing your life, then click the link below this video, enter your email address, and then watch the video and take action. This is Dan Smith. Make it a great day, because after all, it is your choice. Have a great day.